On that note, we're going to talk about Zoneball, and you're talking
Okay.
about the Muse. ZoneballSport.com, by the way, to find out more about what we're going to be talking about. You talked about the Muse. How did that idea come to you? What was the inspiration for that? How did that hit you?
My father. I'm the only child of an all-star soccer player. So I was thinking about this for a long time. I was trying to figure out how in the heck did I ever come up with an idea to invent a new sport. Now, like I said, I'm the only child of an all-star soccer player. I used to hang out with my father. He would go to Hempstead Lake State Park, which he would refer to as Hempstead Lake State Park, to go play soccer, and then he was always the first to arrive, the last to leave. So he would hang out after the game and pick apart everything about the game, every strategy, every move, everything that happened. And I would sit there because his friend worked at a deli, and he would pack his trunk with soda for the kids and beer for the adults. So the kids would be sitting there just drinking pounding sodas while listening to these guys talk about what happened in the soccer game. And that kind of gave me an understanding of how the mechanics of a game works, the checks and the balances, what makes a game interesting, what helps the strategy. And that fermented in my brain for a while. And I was playing soccer since I was 8 years old. And back then, I think it was like the early 70s, soccer was like the new thing. So I got to be on the ground floor of the new thing. So I got to experience it. So that fermented for a while in the back of my head. I was thinking. And then for a while, it just, lay dormant. But then I started watching ESPN too. And I loved all the extreme sports and all the action sports. And I was living in Mineola at the time with my cousin and his wife. And I was, renting a room with them. I was out of work. I had nothing to do but sit around and watch ESPN2 all day. And then all of a sudden,
a creative guy would find himself out of work. But go ahead, continue.
I know, exactly, right? I was like, I think early 30s. Late 20s, early 30s. And I didn't know, what to do. So then it hit me like a lightning bolt. I was watching a roller hockey game, and I was like, we need a new roller sport. And that's how it started. And I just started thinking in my brain. I would go to sleep, and like before I went to sleep, I would work out all the moves in my brain about, okay, what would make it work? How can we do this? We need a special goal. How can we do that? And I just started thinking. I wrote it all down, right? And on a whim, I called up ESPN2, all right? And I got the guy who invented the X Games. His name is Ron Semio. I got him on the phone, and I pitched the idea for what was called Roller Clash. And he was like, okay, well, send me something, and if we like it, we'll give you a letter of intent, and we'll see if we can broadcast it. And I was like, okay. At the time, I had nothing. There was no games going on. I wasn't doing anything. But I made the pitch. It looked really good. They gave me a letter of intent. They said, get this up and running, and we'll broadcast it on a worldwide basis. I was like, okay.